Hi everyone, I wanted to share a video with you today. It's not a pick, but it's a little information, little nugget. So take out of that what you will. It goes with an interesting underlying theme that I like to hammer down, and that's just to be careful where you get your information from. If you are going to play a game, make sure you've done your homework, or you're just betting with money that you don't care losing. And it goes back to a video that I did yesterday on the BYU Pepperdine game. I thought I broke it down pretty well. There were a couple players who were questionable, Malcolm Brooks and Mika for BYU, but Pepperdine and their star forward Brendan Lane, his absence was a complete surprise. That was only announced about an hour before the game. I went on Twitter, I told all my followers, hey, I'm buying back some BYU on this game. The line had not moved yet, which I was really surprised at. And I said, hey, I'm going to suck up a loss on this one, buy it back, even at the VIG. I think it's the right thing to do. But I'm also going to play the under. There were 45 points per game worth of starters that were missing from this game, and the line had not moved yet. So I did see some value on the under. It was a little bit of a sweat at the end with just what seemed like 50 points worth of free throws scored in the last minute and a half. But we ended up getting under anyway by about 5 points, and I felt pretty good about the pick. But what was curious is I went back to check the video just to see, my predictions and how I did versus what actually happened in the game. And I came across a video from a well-known site that's done by Pregame.com. And one of the handicappers on there was talking about the game and said, all throughout the video, BYU is a great gym. They're going to completely run them out of the gym. Their home court advantage is great. They're going to win this by 20 plus. And the only real thing that he talked about Pepperdine and Malcolm Brooks was that he wasn't going to have a good game. Said he wasn't going to be effective. BYU's players were too good, and this guy wasn't going to have a good game. Well, he wasn't going to have a good game because he was questionable with an injury all week, sprained his ankle in the last game, and there was no upgrade to his condition, and he didn't get injured after the video was done. So we see these videos, or we see people on Twitter with dollar signs and or maybe they're touts on YouTube and they say, hey, I've got my lock of the day, and hey, I was talking to Johnny so-and-so down at such and such book, and everybody's on this play. So we see that, and it makes us want to believe. And even though that information has nothing to do with the game, it has nothing to do with who's playing or who's injured, it might say who's betting on the game or who that handicapper might say they know, but it doesn't really say anything about the game. And so, for a well-respected site, quote unquote, this handicapper didn't even talk at all about the injury situation for either team. Just that BYU is a great gym. They're at home. They're a well-known team, and they're going to run Pepperdine out by 20 plus. So I kind of looked back on the video. I did a little bit of a chuckle. And it just goes hand in hand with doing your homework. Make sure that if you're going to put anything down on a game, that you know the stakes, you know where it's played, you know if there's a travel issue, if there's fatigue issue, if 3 road games back to back, what the playoff situation is for the teams, if one team needs it more than another, if there's injury situations going on, personal issues, coaching issues. There's a lot to take into consideration when it comes to doing a game. That's why I only release maybe one video or one write-up per day. I see a couple other games I like on Twitter. I put them out, here and there. But as far as like a full video and a full write-up, I like to take as much time as possible. And I found it funny that a well-produced site with guys in suits and ties, and even a guy who says that he follows BYU basketball to a T and he knows a guy who is inside on BYU basketball, completely whiffed on the lineup of this game. So please be careful who you follow. Please be careful about the videos that you watch. Make sure you get as much information as possible. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.